Do you have any stories about when something went horribly wrong in a production? Because we're in live music and the show must go on, is the saying. So many times, like, equipment will fail or something will happen on stage, and the way you get out of it and back into the regular flow of the play, there are many, many funny and heroic and daring and reckless things that happen. Do you have any stories like that?
It's funny. I mean, there are so many because we're human beings, as you said. But the one that comes to mind, because I still chuckle when I actually think about the experience, it was so comical / so scary, was during the Nutcracker when I was playing in the pit for that up in Maine in college. And I was like, drove with my friend. We go up there, do the rehearsals, drive back. And it was during a performance, not a rehearsal, that we got ready to play the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. And, the strings start off with pizzicato. It's pin drop quiet. And the Celeste was an electric keyboard. And someone had turned the volume to 10, all the way up to the loudest possible volume. And the rest of, it was so unexpected, and truly the conductor didn't know what to do. No one knew. I would say it was maybe 5 notes, maybe 5 notes max, ba-da-da, maybe. But the ballerina's eyes, were so big. And I thought we all just continued playing. It wasn't a tricky piece you could look away, but just all of us went to her being like, oh. And I didn't see, but my cellist friend across the way could see the Celeste player, who was just an out of body, how do I stop myself without, it was wild.
I think I was playing a show at Kingswood Oxford School. We were in the old fashioned pit, way down in front of the stage. And I don't know what happened, but in the middle of the show, someone presses the button and the platform starts to rise. And we're coming up and up and up. Someone caught it in time, but I'm like, oh, there's nothing we can do. But we ended up not getting to the top, and they put us back down. But it was one of those, oh well.
Yeah. Oh my God. There was this point in the second act of Ragtime last year. I was in the second act, and all of a sudden I was like, what key am I in? I don't think I've ever played a show that changed keys more than that one.
Agreed.
It was still functional harmony. This just, what a privilege to play. What a great show, but oh my God.
And they actually gave me some speaking parts. I actually had to do some acting. And
oh my goodness.
Up on stage, and there was a bar set up, and in the middle of one of the scenes, all the shelves with all the glasses on it just collapsed. And this huge sound of breaking glass, and we just sort of look over and went on like nothing happened.
Have you ever played an Ireton show where the air horn went off next door for the volunteer fire brigade?
Probably.
I was just doing Pippin last fall at Southern, Connecticut, and the pit is mostly covered so that there's a catwalk that would go, so there's like an eyebrow thing cut out just for the conductor's head. So you can see the conductor, but you can't see the rest of the band. And so there's a catwalk behind me. So they made great use of this. Larry Nye, fantastic director and choreographer. But in the battle scene, there were all these fake body parts that they were chucking across the stage and stuff. And so, of course, at one point, it wasn't in the run of the show, I think it was in a dress rehearsal, this bloody stump of a foot came flying straight at me and like beamed me straight in the face.
Oh no, oh my God.
I know. And I, of course, am laughing hysterically. And meanwhile, the rest of the theater has to take it seriously, and the stage manager is and the director's screaming at people. And I'm like, here's your bloody stump.
You realize, like, you experienced this too. These things happen and there's no explanation. I mean, no one knows who touched the ball. I mean, like, and the poor player was like, I had no, but that you just have to keep going. You just keep going.
It's pointless for me to yell at somebody when something like just goes like kind of randomly wrong like that, because I can guarantee you're doing a much better job of beating yourself up than I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just like, all compassion, please forgive yourself at some point and let's move on,